Welcome to Homebrewing TV. Today I'm going to be reviewing Anvil Brewing Equipment's new brewing pump. Stick with me. When you first get the unit, it comes packaged inside of a styrofoam housing, completely assembled. The unit itself is very simple. The motor separates from the pump housing just by removing the 4 thumb screws. When you get the pump housing off, it separates into 2 separate pieces, the rear housing and the front housing. Inside of that you've got the impeller, what they're referring to as a thrust washer, which is that little green washer in there. You want to make sure you don't lose that. That's very very easy to lose. And the black O-ring. All of these parts are very simple to clean and sanitize. Assembly is a breeze. You can easily adjust the direction of the output in 90-degree increments when you're assembling the unit. So in this first test here, all I'm doing is recirculating water from a kettle through the pump back into the kettle. I'm doing this at just the tap temperature, and I will be slowly heating the water up to sparge temperature. You want to make sure you prime your pump first with liquid. You do not want to run this pump dry. Made out of all these plastic pieces, it will burn up very, very fast. Once I got the water up to 170 degrees, I ran it for about 5 minutes, and the pump is super quiet. Here, let's take a listen. This thing is like silent. Really good flow. Then I raised the temperature up to 200 degrees. I figure I would probably be using this pump to create a whirlpool in my boil kettle after the fact. Now I realize it does say not to run it at boiling temperatures, but I wanted to see how that would affect the pump being at that temperature. After running the pump for about 5 minutes, I saw no significant change in flow rate or the loudness of the pump itself. So now I'm going to be adding just regular pellet hops to see if that clogs up the system. Clog things up a little bit. As you can see here, they're flowing through the pump without any issues. So I stepped it up a notch, and I'm going to try to add leaf hops into the system, which would normally clog up any kind of pump at the rate that I'm going to be putting them in at. And you can see they're flowing through. A lot of them are getting stuck inside the pump, which is not shocking whatsoever. All right. Well, before I completely ruin this pump, I'm going to kill it. Okay. Yeah, it's clogged up pretty well on the inside and on the outlet. Now, the impeller itself, this is it's in really good shape still. Very impressed. The next test I did is I actually used the pump during an actual brew day. I used it to transfer the wort from my mash kettle into the boil kettle, and I also used it during the whirlpool. As you can see here, it creates a perfectly stable, strong whirlpool. So I got to tell you, I really, really like the pump. It did everything I expected to do in all the tests. It had no issues whatsoever pumping the wort through it. It never got clogged. during a real brew day. I'm very, very happy with it. We go through some of the specs on it. It does a 3 gallon per minute max flow rate, and it has a max lift rate of 7 feet. But you know, for 5 gallon to 10 gallon batches, most systems, that's going to be just fine. I don't see an issue with that at all. One of the things I don't really care for is the entire plastic housing here on the pump side here, on the impeller side. I am going to assume that over time this is going to have a lot of wear and tear on it. I don't know that for sure, so I've only used it twice. But I'm going to assume that's going to happen. Now, that said, this thing is so light and so small. I mean, just for comparison, here's the Riptide by Blickman. I mean, look at that. The reason I can get past this being plastic is that this pump is only $59.99 on their website. This pump is $199.99. So $260. For almost a quarter of the price, you can get into pumping your wort around in your system. That thing goes out in a couple years. If that's the you know, if that's how long it lasts, we'll find out. Whenever this thing dies, I'll let you know. I'm going to use it consistently in my system. For that price point, this is a great pump. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about the Anvil Brewing pump, I will put a link in the description below to their website. Also, if you have any questions about the tests that I ran or the pump itself, I will be happy to answer those. Put those in the comments. If you like the review, please give me a thumbs up, share the video, and if this is your first time with me, wonderful. Hit that subscribe button and the bell icon. If you hit that bell icon, it'll give you notifications whenever I do have new content. Well, that's all I've got for you today, so as always, until next time, keep brewing, my friends. Got a lot of construction going on out here. Bird, shut up. As far as I know, I just shot a slow motion video of that entire thing, or time lapse, which would be really, really bad. So we're gonna try that one more time. Comments below. If you like this, God bless America. If you have any questions regarding the Anvil Brewing Equipment's pump, I would thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions regarding the Anvil Brewing, I'm going to kill that bird. I'm going to kill that bird.